Today we are reading Old Newspapers of Blackwater Pass. A few pieces of old news brief. It is a snapshot of what Belobog used to look like years ago. Supreme Guardian Tatiana delivers an important speech. A newspaper clip, cut out with meticulous care, was stuck on the notice board. Supreme Guardian Tatiana made a commemorative speech before the newly built museum, and its entirety was posted on the Crystal Daily. Commemorative speech of the 50th anniversary of the passing of Supreme Guardian Alexandra. Today is the 50th anniversary of the death of Alexandra, the third Supreme Guardian of Belobog. We had spent the most peaceful half-century since the founding of Belobog after the great woman's passing. The people live in prosperity, and the city is moving in the right direction. We are at the best time in our history. All this is because of the work the Supreme Guardian put in while she was alive. Today, I ask us to please offer our most sincere thanks to Madame Alexandra. During Madame Alexandra's tenure, Belobog underwent dramatic transformations. The extent and development of the underworld accelerated, and countless spirited young people made their name in the mining towns. While she put great effort in developing the society and economy of the underworld, Madame Alexandra also devoted herself to developing education. She supported and created the University of Belobog for scientific research. With her generosity, the scientific understanding of underground ecology also reached new heights. Moreover, Madame Alexandra also unified the units of measurement in Belobog and established the after-fortification calendar, which is still in use. It is fair to say that, were it not for Madame Alexandra, Belobog would perhaps still be living in the equivalent of a chaotic and ignorant night. Personally, Supreme Guardian Alexandra was a hero I had never met. When I was still a candidate for the Supreme Guardian, Madame Fenka often spoke to me about Grandma Alexandra. It could be said that she had seemingly never left us, and is still with us today. Belobog will forever remember Alexandra and every Supreme Guardian before and after her. We will not forget these great names even after 50. No, we will remember even after 100, 500, or 1,000 more years. Once again, let us give our deepest respect to the great Supreme Guardian, Alexandra. Brothers in Court, Gerda Mansion sealed temporarily. Several carefully cut newspaper clippings taken from the Crystal Daily were pinned to the bulletin board. For the Gerda family, a prominent family in Belobog, the past 3 months have been life-changing. Before the incidents at Austin Gerda's funeral had a chance to settle, his 2 sons were already stirring up a ruckus in court. After a grueling court process, the news that Grey Gerda was convicted of treason shocked Belobog. What happened exactly? Please stay tuned for our correspondence analysis. Shortly after Austin Gerda's passing, the brothers turned on each other over the will. The Gerda family had a reputable name even before Belobog's founding, earning the trust and favor of the second Supreme Guardian, Svetlana the Iron Fist. The Gerda family played an important role in unifying the powers in Belobog. With the recent passing of Austin Gerda, the core member of the family, Belobog's elites all attended his funeral. However, Austin Gerda's will had not equally distributed his wealth between his sons, causing great disputes. In the will, the elder son Wyatt was entitled to 65% of the wealth, while the younger son Gray only received 20%. The rest of Austin's wealth was merged into the family trust and will be managed by a third party, periodically issuing allowances to his grandchildren. Gray protested strongly against this distribution, and the relationship between the brothers completely broke down over the 2 months of court hearings. Gray was extremely agitated when he was being interviewed and said, "My father wouldn't have left such an absurd will. We are both his sons, so why are we treated differently? Someone must have tampered with the will. This will. I won't accept this will." Compared to Gray's rage, Wyatt seemed to be calm. He believes that the will is legally sound and undisputed. Gray never came to visit even when Dad was ill, but came every single day asking about the money the moment Dad passed. I am very disappointed in him. The dispute over the will ended with the court ruling in Wyatt's favor. Gray vanishes and commits treason after losing the lawsuit. Wyatt sells family property to pay for fines. Just as everyone thought the drama was coming to an end with Gray's losses, the city was shocked when Supreme Guardian Tatiana declared Grey Gerda had committed grave treason and heavily fined the family. The Crystal Daily had immediately contacted the spokesperson of Quillpath Fort and the Gerda family. We still have not received a reply from either party at the time of writing. Reliable sources state that Grey Gerda had already left the administrative district and gone missing. The details of Grey's treason have not been announced publicly. However, the Supreme Guardian was firm with the accusation, and Wyatt Gerda, Grey's brother, did not protest. We had, however, received an official response from the Quillpath Fort spokesperson on the recent rumor that Grey and his family had escaped into the Snow Plains. No such incident had occurred. Extreme prosperity forebodes the beginning of the decline. That is the teaching of the Gerda family. We are well aware of its meaning, but no one thought it would come so soon, and so sudden. Wyatt's gaze dulled as he talked about the future of the Gerda family. I have been forced to sell off the family mansion and fire nearly half the maids. I hope to use the remaining funds to start my own business and re-establish my family's good name to compensate for the crimes of my younger brother. Dire wolves sighted, Supreme Guardian enforces curfew. Several carefully cut newspaper clippings taken from the Crystal Daily were pinned to the bulletin board. On June 19th, 1:44 AF, the Belobog Supreme Guardian Tatiana signed Curfew Regulation Provision 101. A curfew shall be in place from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and is immediately effective. During the curfew, all residents are not to leave their homes except Silvermane guards and essential workers with permission from the Executive Office. Curfew Regulation Provision 101 is permanently in effect until further announcement. Supreme Guardian Tatiana explained the reason behind this curfew afterwards to the Crystal Daily. As there are very few signs of life outside of Belobog, the Silvermane guards have not kept a strict watch over Belobog's exits. Recently, a number of citizens have reported sightings of dire wolves in Belobog territory. It would seem the warm environment of Belobog has attracted and encouraged the cold-weathering beasts to migrate to this area. These sightings have the full attention of the Silvermane guards, and roughly 1,100 Silvermane guards will be dispatched through the entire city to make sure there are no risks involving dire wolves. We will also use this as an opportunity to increase our management over the city's traffic and prevent any dangerous creatures from entering in the future. Tatiana emphasized once again that all personnel other than Silvermane guards on security duty are not allowed outside their homes every day from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Activities that conceal, feed, or withhold information regarding dire wolves are strictly prohibited. Anyone who violates these restrictions will be severely punished.